Hello guys, and welcome to another test and tune video. Now this is going to be the unboxing and feature review of the brand new Pormido PR996 Rearview mirror and Dashcam setup. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'll start with the unboxing before I go over the features of the mirror. I initially got one of these mirrors, oh god, nearly a year ago, and it was because I was driving a vehicle that had really poor rear vision visibility through the rear view mirror. And basically running one of these mirrors basically gave me much better rear vision, and that was the main reason that I started looking into them. It wasn't for the dash cam functions, it was purely for improving my rear visibility, especially in car parks and that sort of thing. Now this mirror has got me excited because it is a brand new form factor. Pormido have just released this whopping 12-inch rectangular mirror. Now obviously this is going to look a little bit out of place in smaller vehicles, and the vehicle that this is going in, a commercial vehicle, it's perfect. The mirror is a true 12-inch screen, and being rectangular, it's going to just serve better as an actual screen itself. Ooh, let's do it. Nice. This is the first time I've had a chance to see this mirror in the flesh, and I hope the camera's picking it up, but it's got a very nice curved edge to it, like it's reminiscent of a Samsung Galaxy phone. This is by far the nicest looking mirror screen that I've had out of the three that we've got here. Yeah, okay, cool. Typical strap-on mounts for the mounting of the mirror to the original dash cam. One thing with this 12-inch form factor, the front-facing camera no longer slides out of the edge of the mirror, so it is a fixed mirror. Oh, we got some more protection films to remove. Nice fisheye lens there. So initial impressions of the mirror are actually pretty good. All the finish, the quality of the plastics feel good and expensive. We've got the input ports here. Now, like all the dash cams that are currently on the market that we've come across, they power off a mini USB port. The rear camera connects through a 2.5mm jack. Typical SD card slot, and this one does have the upgradable functionality of a GPS receiver. So the mirror has the GPS built into it, but you do need an antenna for it to pick up GPS. It's a little bit strange they don't ship the GPS module with them, but yeah, not the end of the world. And I guess a lot of people probably aren't too fussed about having the GPS locations in the data record in the dash cam recordings. Okay, let's see what else we get in the box. Nice and safely packaged. Something that Pormido have definitely thought about with this style of mirror, being a 12-inch screen, obviously the bigger type screen, the sort of thing that people are going to be using in commercial vehicles, it has got a longer rear camber cable. This one is 32.8 feet, or in metric that's just under 10 meters, so it's going to work well for large vans, American pickup trucks, that sort of thing. This cable is going to have you covered for getting your rear camera mounted without needing to make any extensions. We also have, of course, a power cable. These all seem pretty typical with the mirrors that we've tested. I'll just get around. I just want to see what it's actually rated at, and that one is rated at 2.5 amps output. So that's all good, and yeah, mini USB. Cables all feel quite good. The actual socket itself, it's actually got ventilation holes in the back, so it may get a little bit warm, but it's okay. It's okay. They got a couple of these double-sided taped cable tidies, and actually they got a fair bit of the cable management. That's good. Nice. Okay, cool. And we'll just have a quick look at the rear camera module. Comes with a nice cloth. That is something that's quite handy with these. My mirrors aren't too bad although I have just had a lovely McDonald's breakfast, so I've probably got big greasy fingerprints. But I do keep, I've actually, ever since I've had touchscreens in my car, I do keep a similar cloth like this just to clean them on the off chance they do get some fingerprints, but that's nice for Pormido to include it. We have the rear camera module. This is a metal unit. This is by far the most solid rear view camera unit that I've seen. It is an unusual shape. I guess with the brackets, it's going to come with a few different mounting options. Cool. Okay, so that's the unboxing, and let's just go through the feature list. Cool, now you can actually see me in the mirror. In fact, we don't want to be looking at me, so I might just change the angle of that slightly. Okay, before we go into before I get into the feature section of this video, obviously I've just unpacked everything from the box and laid it out so we can see exactly what's going on. I didn't want to take too much time with the unboxing before and go through every little piece of paper, but this is the meat and potatoes of everything that you will make use of when you buy this kit. So yeah, two things that it comes with which I've never seen on any of the mirrors that we've had here. It does come with screen protectors, and they are proper, legitimate screen protectors. I guess it's not something, I've never damaged any of the mirrors, and I've had some for a year now. But if this is going into a commercial vehicle and it's someone that might have grit or dirt on their fingers when they're using the mirror, there is a possibility they're going to scratch the lens, scratch the screen. So having the screen protectors is brilliant, especially for this type of use case. It does come with two different size attachment bands, so I assume it will have you covered whatever size your factory mirror is. You're going to be able to mount this up securely and safely. It's got two different style of brackets for the rear camera. Now I assume they're going to be useful for whether it's mounting up under something, or if you do need to angle it out off a flat surface. That's why those two exist. If I can unfold that, oh god, it's nice and tight. So yeah, it just gives you a full range of mounting options. The SD card that's included in the kit is a SanDisk 32 gig, and it's actually quite a fast one. It's a 98 meg read-write speed. Just good to see that they're not cheaping out on the memory cards. And yeah, the only other thing was the cable, which we touched on that before, and a little bit of cable management. All the mirrors that we've had do come with these double-sided tape cable management type things. I've never actually used one, aside from maybe tucking wires up under a dashboard. I don't think they're overly useful in the car world. Getting onto the features. Now the big standout thing with this camera is the screen, which I'm just going to power up now so you can see the boot time. That's just powering off a 5-volt battery bank, and yeah, so within 2 seconds it's booted up and it's ready to go. It's obviously throwing a few errors because you haven't got the rear camera connected and there's no SD card, so we'll just get rid of those. But yeah, boot up time is nearly instant. The screen is a 12-inch diagonal screen. Now the width of the actual unit itself is 11.4 inches from left to right. That is something to take into consideration if you're thinking of fitting this to a smaller vehicle. Being so wide, you may come into clearance issues as you fold your sun visors down, so that's just something worth checking if you're putting this in a smaller car. I dare say any commercial larger vehicle is going to be absolutely fine. Yes, we've got the bigger screen. It has got twin Sony cameras, front and rear. They both record at 1080p. The difference between the two cameras, the front-facing camera has got a 170-degree wide-angle lens, where the rear is only 150. Something that I've noticed that all of these mirror kits seem to do, they seem to run a better quality camera for the front-facing lens. Now, I assume that is because the front lens is obviously enclosed in the windscreen, where the rear camera has to be on the outside of the vehicle. So they can use a slightly different style lens because it's not going to be subjected to dirt, dust, pressure washing, all that sort of stuff. The front lens on this particular one, from memory, I think it's a 6-glass layer lens, which is a pretty cool lens. It is the Sony IMX323 sensor with an f-stop of 1.8, so that's a pretty good spec front camera. I will, in the installation and usage review video, I will compare the two different recording qualities so that you have an idea of what's going on. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe in the corner. Just touching on the rear camera, yes, it doesn't seem to be as good, but it is in a full IP69K waterproof housing, so that is perfect for the outside of a vehicle or anything that's going to be getting mucky, dirty, blah blah blah. It has got a few features like most of these things. So it's got the Starlight night vision, I've not been too disappointed with the night vision of any of these cameras. I'll be interested to see how this one compares, being a newer generation. It's also got wide dynamic range technology. Again, that's something that all these mirrors seem to list as a feature. And to be honest, it's sort of up with any high-end dash cam that's been available for the last couple of years. Just confirming that cable, it is a 32.8 foot cable, or that's just under 10 meters for the metric world. And again, very helpful if you're fitting this into a commercial vehicle. It has got a parking monitor function, so even when you power the mirror down, once it's had time to sufficiently charge up the internal battery, there's a good chance that if the car gets hit, this will actually start recording. That feature does legitimately work. My brother's vehicle was recently in a hailstorm, and the dash cam turned on and actually recorded the hail destroying his vehicle. Not that the insurance company needed any more proof than all the damage on the outside of the car, but it was sort of interesting to have that moment captured on film. And lastly, it does also do, which all dash cams do, but it does do the loop recording, so you don't need to worry about the memory card filling up. Once it's full, it will just delete the oldest footage from the card, which is good. And that's probably most of the key features that I wanted to talk about at this point. From here on, I'm going to get this installed, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in a separate video or in this video, but I'll have a full review of actually using the mirror and how it functions in the vehicle, and just how all the angles of the cameras work on a larger commercial vehicle. And yeah, if I end up ending this video and making it a one take, this is me saying thank you for watching. I'll put a link to the video down in the description, and yeah, if you have any questions about it, just shoot them in the description below. Thank you very much.